Okay, I'm really struggling with my gesture drawings. So let's stop studying and let's get to work. So this will be a practice session with 1 minute poses. And 1 minute poses may seem easier compared to the 30 seconds ones from the last week, but in reality I think that 30 seconds poses are a bit more forgiving compared to the 1 minute ones, because here you can add a bit more detail. You have to be more wise about which details you want to add to your figure and what you need. But let's do it, let's start. As always, you are more than welcome to follow along, because it helped me so much, even if in this case I will struggle a bit. But you can draw your own version of these gestures and compare it to what I do. So let's start with the very first pose here. In this case, I really liked how I tried to exaggerate the pose. I had some nice C-shaped curves, but at the same time I think that I pushed especially the torso too much. In this case you can see how it breaks. I think I missed out on a lot of shapes that were necessary. And you can see in this case that I went out a bit from the drawing surface. I don't know, I always draw my figures a bit too big. Maybe because I am so used to draw with the shoulders, so I tend to draw bigger shapes. And you can see in this hip area that is not enough detail. I really like the flow that I gave to the arms. I really managed to push the line of action of the arms and have just one big flow that connects the two arms. And here, not enough detail in the back leg. But let's go to the next one. Nice dynamic shape, this one. And the problems here for me were started right from the head, because I didn't draw a nice shape, a nice simple shape for the head. I did manage to capture the C-shaped curved line for the torso and the legs. But in this case, as opposed to the last one, I didn't push it enough. You can see that the reference is a lot more pushed, is almost out of balance, while my figure is completely on the supporting leg, completely in balance. But it's not the story of this pose. I should have pushed way more. You can see how I didn't push the pose enough. I should have gone for this kind of line instead of my version. And also, even here the legs, for being a 1 minute drawing, there is not enough information, especially where they overlap. And also for the head I should have gone for another kind of shape, kind of a simplified Loomis head. My oval is way too simple. And also I would have exaggerated the tilt. Let's go to the next one. This is the best pose in my opinion of the whole session. Still, it's not good, but at least it's better compared to the other. I really like how I did the torso here. I tried to push as much as possible, and in the right way in this case. The C shape of the torso, you have an extension on one side and a compression on the other. Nice contrapposto. I did a decent job in pushing the shapes of the leg, but the most difficult part here was the back leg that was hiding, so I didn't have enough information to draw it. And also another very difficult part was the foreshortening of the arm that you see. You have the arm and the hand coming towards us, so I tried to draw it a little bit bigger, but that area is a bit of a mess. It's not very clear what is going on, and I didn't simplify the hand in the right way. Again, I like the line of action of the torso, how I simplified the leg, but I didn't like the foreshortening, and also there is not enough information about the supporting leg. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, this is a very nice and dynamic pose. You can do a lot with it, but I wasn't very successful at it. I like how I did the shoulders, one is raising and the other one is lowering, so it creates this nice S shape for the shoulders, compression on one side of the torso and extension the other. I really like how I simplified the leg here, down to one single S curve, but the other leg was a total mess because like the knee and the lower leg are not touching the ground in my drawing. You can see they seem a little bit raised. It feels like my figure is supporting just on one leg, while in the reference the weight is even between the two legs. And again, the area of the arms is a mess of line. I really like the C shape of the torso, I really like the simplification of the leg, but I really didn't like the arms. I should have put more information to tell better the story of the pose. It's not very clear what is going on right now. And also I went outside of the drawing surface with the back leg, and the back leg is not really touching the ground and supporting the weight. You can see here. Okay, on to the next one. This is a very nice action pose. And I really like how I simplified the torso into almost this bean shape, pushing the contrast, the extension and the compression of the torso. But here the legs are the issue. I draw them in a very segmented way, dividing the upper portion of the leg in the lower leg. They don't have a nice flow, and I should have simplified them way better. You can see how segmented they are. They are divided in two different parts, upper and lower leg. My torso is nice, it's pretty okay. I should have pushed maybe a little bit more the line of the shoulder, and I should have pushed the arm. That is the focus of the action, the focus of the story. But anyways, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is the very last pose. And here I started really bad with the head. I drew the head way too pushed. It doesn't feel natural in this way. It doesn't feel like a natural pose. I tried to push, but I went way too far. The back leg feels good, feels okay. The forward leg feels also okay. The arms feel okay. Now that I think about it, I should have defined a little bit better the legs, especially. This is fine for a 30-second pose, but for a minute pose, I should have had more information in there. Here the biggest problem that I found is that I drew the line of action of the torso in the wrong direction. Maybe I looked at the line of the spine too much and that kind of threw me off, but I feel like I should have gone for the reversal line of action. And also what is going on with this head and this neck, like the neck disappeared. Okay, this is the result of my drawing session. Again, a lot of mistakes, but I want to show them because this is really the project with this channel, showing both the good and the bad of my drawing journey. And let's go over the mistakes. Not enough definition, going out of the drawing surface, not definition in the legs. I haven't pushed enough some line of action of some poses like the second one. The foreshortening and the perspective is a big problem of my gesture drawings. And also some shapes like the legs or the feet in this example are not very defined. The arms here are not very defined. It's a mess of lines. And some limbs are in the wrong orientation and don't tell the whole story of the pose. Here the legs are segmented. I should have gone for one single long line of action, and here the arm is not pushed, so I have to exaggerate in the right way. And here the line of action of the torso is completely wrong. But let me know what you think. And what about you? Did you manage to follow along? How are your 1 minute gesture drawings coming along? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you have any feedback on all these gesture drawings. For me, I will continue to do a lot more of these practice sessions because I have so much to learn. In the meantime, if you want to watch my other gesture drawing practice session with 30-second poses, you can watch this video, and if you want to follow my personal art journey, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you on my next step.